gratitude to the Prime Minister of Pakistan, the esteemed Shehbaz Sharif, for his official visit to our country, for holding fruitful negotiations, and for his warm words about our nation and people. I'd like to say one thing to the representatives of the mass media, that we had really fruitful negotiations. We had in a narrow dialogue, cooperation and discussions on the development of separate directions. And we also approved the plans and the roadmaps for achieving the goals. And that was a new direction for us during the discussions. And in all those directions, I would say that we specified the future goals, the growth points, and there is a lot of industries and spheres in which we appointed the responsible bodies and the Therefore, the modern state of Pakistan is our trusted partner, tested by time, and a promising ally whose international reputation is steadily growing. And we were highlighting this again and again during the discussions of different challenges and opportunities. And despite the current global challenges, the Honorable Prime Minister is carrying out tremendous work to ensure peace and stability, improve the living standards of the population, and accelerate economic growth. And we would like to thank you for those actions as well. On behalf of the administration and the brotherly nation of Uzbekistan, we are really glad to see that, and we would like to congratulate you with those achievements and wish future prosperity and the new goals in your career and work. And in recent years, I am pleased to note that the relations between our countries have been developing dynamically. And as I have mentioned before, we came to the conclusions on different spheres, and mutual trade turnover has exceeded 400 million, and we have the plans to increase that to $2 billion. In many big directions, we will do a lot of work. The number of the joint ventures has reached 130. Trade houses have been opened in Karachi and Tashkent. Air travel has been launched between Tashkent and Lahore. Regarding those air travels, air flights, we came to the conclusion on increasing their amounts to have the separate flights to Samarkand, Bukhara, to open the flights to Karachi, and we also made clear instructions on that to the responsible bodies from our countries. The Intergovernmental Commission is working effectively, while political consultations, business events, and exhibitions of our national products have been successfully organized. And we also adopted new plans for conducting this kind of events, and we appointed those who will be doing those measures, and we adopted the roadmap for that. In these days, a large delegation of leading Pakistani companies has also arrived in our capital, and big partners from our side are also participating in those meetings, conducting the dialogues on the partnership agreements, on development of the different industries and their future activities. And we will also take participation in this business forum with my brother. And we will, of course, share with them our ideas. And I'd like to also present to Pakistani companies what are the conditions in Uzbekistan, and that we are ready to create all the necessary conditions for them to come to Uzbekistan. And we came to the conclusions and made plans during the narrow meetings. We will separately disseminate this information with the business representatives. In this regard, I can confidently say that this historical visit is an important event that will open a new chapter in the expansion of our strategic partnership, because in all the directions, in all the spheres, from the political point of view as well we came to the conclusion how we will be participating in the international forums, how we will be supporting each other and honorable participants of the conference. And we just finished the fruitful negotiations, and we confirmed our shared commitment to strengthening the bonds of long-standing friendship and further developing cooperation. We have signed important agreements. You are witnessing also today that in many directions today we've signed a lot of documents after the long-term discussions. And through open and constructive dialogue, we have identified new growth points in our partnership. And we also came to the conclusion on establishment of the high-level strategic council, which means that we will have a totally separate approach. The Prime Minister, together with him, we came to the conclusion on establishment of the high-level strategic council, and once in 2 months we will have the calls by mobile phones. Once in a month, all the ministries, relative bodies in the online format will be making the reporting to us on the implementation of those instructions and the measures. We had no this kind of approach with other countries, and we came to the conclusion that to prepare for the first meeting of the high-level strategic council to ensure the efficiency of it in order to achieve the goals that we are putting in front of this council, in order to prevent the challenges and the problems and the threats in the future, as well as in the bank system. We will make those kind of meetings. The chairperson of the central bank will go to Pakistan, and Pakistani head of central bank will come to Uzbekistan. We will resolve any possible challenges. As I have mentioned before, we are planning to increase the trade turnover to 2 billion, and we will increase the industrial cooperation, develop the transport and logistic connections. We will create favorable conditions and incentives for the entrepreneurs, and that was the main topics for our discussions today. And regarding the pharmaceuticals, textiles, leather industry, agriculture, and Honorable Prime Minister also made the proposals on the energy, geology, and the mining spheres to develop those industries and to have the regional cooperation and access to third countries' markets, to unite this kind of regional cooperation, to enrich it. And in all the directions regarding all the region, we will have the work implemented to increase its efficiency and potential, and together with our regions, their regions will also elevate their cooperation into a new level. I'd like to say one more thing, and we will share a similar approaches regarding joint contribution to Afghanistan's social development and resolving the Palestinian issue through diplomatic and fair means. During the negotiations, we also agreed to continue our mutual support with an influential global and regional organizations, and we will continue supporting each other. And once more, I'd like to say that from the point of the Trans-Afghan Railway, for the first time we conducted the detailed negotiations. We shared the open challenges, open issues, and we also came to the conclusion on the solutions to those problems in terms regarding the transport and the logistics, a separate committee, and we will control both of us over this. You have the control over this committee, and we know that this is our future. In case we are able to increase the railway speed, then the trade will increase. Then the flow of the people to each other countries will increase. And there were some problems that we were not raising openly, but today we had open discussions, we raised them, and with our brothers, we conducted detailed discussions. We also had the big delegation coming from Afghanistan to Uzbekistan, and we also had the meetings with them. Now we will have the tripartite, maybe the meeting, and we came to the conclusion on resolving these problems. And we also highlighted that we have an interest on increasing the efficiency of our cooperation in the defense. And it's well known that our great ancestors such as Imam Bukhari, Imam Tirmidhi, Imam Maturidi, Bahauddin Naqshbandi, and Zahiruddin Babur left behind an invaluable spiritual and intellectual heritage that unites all of us. And we once more conducted the analysis of their works, and we came to the conclusion maybe on the development of the movie in the future. We will make instructions on that. And one proposal was from my side on the conduction of these movies, and to also have the sustainable continuous meetings of our youth. So there will be the visits to our country, to Bukhara, Samarkand, Khiva, and our youth will be going to their country to see the lands and the places where Zahiruddin Mabur was. And another thing is the development of the cultural tourism, conduction of the cultural events, and we will elevate the level of our cooperation in the cultural, traditional sphere as well into a new level. We will have small exhibitions, we will have the festivals, we will have the interregional meetings, and I also described personally what are the traditions in different regions like Andijan, and so there will be a lot of opportunities for the people from Andijan, from our country, to have the visits to Pakistan as well. Dear and distinguished participants of the conference, today we have agreed that our governments will adopt a comprehensive roadmap, and that roadmap will ensure the timely and effective implementation of all agreements reached, and we will specify in more details who will be responsible to what, at what time, what will be done, and most importantly, we have sufficient potential, strong will and ambition to preserve and further develop our sincere friendship for many years to come. We saw that and we feel that. And we highlighted that today also separately. Taking this opportunity, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency Shehbaz Sharif for his invitation to have an official visit to the beautiful and unique land of Pakistan, and I'm pleased to accept this invitation. And regarding this official visit, I made a promise. Yes, we will go. And of course, in conclusion, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of you on the upcoming blessed months of Ramadan, a sacred time in the Muslim world when sincere prayers are answered. Thank you very much for your attention. And now, with a great honor, I'd like to give the floor to my brother.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear brother, Excellency Shavkat Mirziyoyev, President of Republic of Uzbekistan, honorable delegates from Uzbekistan and Pakistan, distinguished members from media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good afternoon. I would start by saying that, like the golden domes of Samarkand, during sunrise, my dear brother, your warmth and your hospitality and your sincerity is shining brightly despite snowfall, and it is bringing enormous heat of brotherhood to our hearts, and I feel here sitting with a brother and sitting like a family. Thank you very much for your wonderful welcome accorded to me and my wonderful team. And it's not for me or for this team. It is in fact meant for 240 million people of Pakistan. Thank you very much. We are very grateful. Excellency, our two nations share a bond as enduring as the Silk Route that has long connected our lands. And most definitely, as you have mentioned in your wonderful statement, the bonds which have existed between Uzbekistan and Pakistan, they span over centuries and share a common past. And we all have read in our school days histories of iconic figures like Zahiruddin Babur, Amir Taimur, to the Sufi saints of Samarkand and Bukhara. This shared history is only the beginning. Our present day and future cooperation must also be of historic value. Excellency, it is a matter of immense pleasure for me to affirm that the relation between our two countries are moving in the right direction very positively and speedily, for which Your Excellency, my brother, you have played a pivotal role to really strengthen these bonds and convert them into relations standing on investments and, of course, trade. And as we jointly seek to advance the existing Pakistan-Uzbekistan strategic partnership, I find you a very valuable friend and a very, very positive partner. My visit to Uzbekistan at the kind invitation of my brother is continuum of these efforts. During our stay, we have enjoyed every moment in terms of receiving very warm and very friendly comments from our brothers. Your speech here at this function and your comments at our delegation level, and before that during one-on-one meeting, those words will be remembered by all of us for all time to come, because you spoke so warmly with your heart, expressing your feelings for the people of Pakistan and your ardent desire to extend your cooperation so that both countries enter into a phase of progress and prosperity unknown till this point in time. And I want to assure you, my brother, from the deepest core of my heart, that I know you are a doer. I believe in your capacity to convert words into action. And this is not just my feeling. You have done it in a resounding manner ever since you took over the reins of this great country, our second home, Uzbekistan, as President of this country. You have transformed this society like never before. I remember when you took over back in 2016, am I right? Level of poverty at that time in this country was 42%. And today it has come down to 8%. Investment FDI was about $1.2 billion in 2016. Today, as to 2024, it is more than $30 billion. Is it not a miracle of its own? Most definitely it is a miracle. But miracles, Excellency, do not happen through fiery speeches or articulating wonderful quotes. Miracles happen through vision, dynamism, and hard work and honest purpose. All these qualities are embodied in your personality. So, Your Excellency, I also believe in this philosophy of life, that there is no shortcut to hard work. My late father once advised both my elder brother, my leader Muhammad Nawaz Sharif. We were sitting in his living room, and I was also there, both of us. He said, I had taken over as the Chief Minister of Punjab back in 1997. And he, my brother, took over as Prime Minister of Pakistan for the second time in 1997. He said, sons, you don't belong to a political family. You're not the most intelligent people around the globe. And you're not the most hard-working people around the globe. So why is it that God has chosen you as Prime Minister and blessed Shehbaz Sharif as the Chief Minister of Punjab? He said, remember, this is nothing but infinite mercy and blessings of Allah Almighty. And the only way you can thank Him and yet not thank Him enough is through untiring efforts, blood, sweat and toil, and serve your people. And then he concluded, remember, sons, testimony of hard work is given even by the birds in the jungle. So this is the lesson, Your Excellency, I learned from my father, but in you I see a very inspiring leader, and to wholeheartedly, along with my great team members sitting here and those who are in Pakistan, working hard to transform Pakistan's destiny. And there is no question about the fact that the longest journey in the world started from the first step. We have taken the first step. We are marching in the right direction. And as you rightly pointed out, and I think your commendation would serve as a source of great encouragement for my colleagues sitting here, both politicians and public servants and government officials and back home, that how in 1 year our economy has really improved bit by bit. 1 year ago, or about 2 years ago, our inflation rate was 42%. Dar Sahib, am I right? 38 or 42? 38. Thank you for correcting me. And today, Your Excellency, month to month, in the month of January, it came down to 2.4%. Our interest rates of the banks, which were a year ago at 22%, has fallen down to 12%. Our exports are, alhamdulillah, increasing. Our IT exports, they are on the rise. And business has started moving forward. But this, Your Excellency, is just the beginning. It is just the start of the path towards economic growth. And this journey is not easy. We have been able to achieve, as you said, macroeconomic indicators, but the journey towards prosperity and progress, which you have achieved under your dynamic leadership here in Uzbekistan, is restarting in Pakistan. It's a long journey. On the way, we will find mountains and rivers. We'll have to, swim the rivers. We have to cross the mountains and plains. And nations, those who are full of vigor, who are full of commitment, and are ready to go to any extent to change the course of history, they always, Allah Almighty, always reward their efforts. That's my belief. That's our belief as a Muslim. And inshallah, I can assure you, with your support and Allah Almighty's infinite mercy, Pakistan, through untiring efforts, will find its lost place in the community of nations. But only through hard work, not through sermons. Sermons are very important to be absorbed, to get lessons. But it is important to learn your lesson and then move forward. Your Excellency, today we have been able to sign some very important documents, but more importantly, we have discussed and decided our joint way forward. In economic terms, we are going to, inshallah, and achieve jointly Trans-Afghan railway connectivity, which is going to be a game changer, not only for Pakistan and Uzbekistan, but in the entire region. And I know you are very committed to this project. I know it's your vision and baby. I want to assure you that Pakistan will play its finest role, contribution to achieve and to realize this dream project. Secondly, Your Excellency, we have discussed and decided to cooperate in the field of mines and minerals. Thirdly, Your Excellency, we have also discussed the potential of investing in each other's economic zones. And of course, Your Excellency, we have also decided to enhance our trade volume from poultry. My Commerce Minister gives me a different figure, but I will rely on your figure of $400 million to $2 billion in near future. And then, of course, we will expand our are tourism. Tourism which will take people from Peshawar, Quetta, Karachi and Lahore to Bukhara and Samarkand, and people from our brothers and sisters from Samarkand and Bukhara will come to Pakistan and refresh their memories full of history about these great sites of history, of artisan, of Sufism and whatnot. I think this will be a great connection between the two countries. And I want to assure you that we will increase our flights to and fro. At the moment you have from Tashkent to Lahore, and we will connect Uzbekistan with Karachi, with Lahore, with more flights for Lahore and Quetta and Peshawar. That's how I think these great civilizations will inshallah find their true connectivity through industry, investment, agriculture, trade and culture, and finding the roots of our ancestors. Your Excellency, I will not take more of your time, but I would like to mention Pakistan fully supports and look forward to the early accession of Uzbekistan to the World Trade Organization. We also were delighted to join you, my brother, in witnessing these MOUs and agreements signing ceremony, and I hope these will be converted into reality, inshallah, sooner rather than later. We also reviewed the regional situation, particularly situation in the Middle East, and agreed that the Muslim Ummah needs to demonstrate unity at this challenging time, while emphasizing for a peaceful and stable Afghanistan as vital, I would repeat, vital for a regional connectivity and regional peace and progress. I've shared with the President, my brother Shavkat Mirziyoyev, that Afghan soil must not be allowed to be used by militant groups to attack any other country, including Pakistan. As I conclude, I reiterate Pakistan's unwavering readiness to further expand and deepen our engagement with the Republic of Uzbekistan for a lasting, mutually beneficial cooperation in the future for the prosperity of our peoples. We have also agreed that today some of the important members of our delegation will stay back in Tashkent today, and a couple of our important members would fly out from Islamabad to reach Tashkent this evening or tomorrow to take forward today's discussion, which has a very close link to our shared destiny of progress and prosperity. And they will start discussing all these areas of mutual cooperation, whether it's energy, whether it's mines and minerals, whether it's Trans-Afghan railways, tourism, energy, and so on and so forth. And then I have proposed to my brother, my very dear brother, to send a delegation to Pakistan comprising of all important areas of our mutual cooperation, and there we will have thorough discussion and crystallize our pathway, way forward in all these areas, how to achieve them with definite timelines, in which a philosophy in which you believe very strongly. And then if you so desire, I will send a delegation to Tashkent or Samarkand or Bukhara, so they can also visit wonderful sites and also do business, mix business with pleasure. And then I have invited Your Excellency, my brother, to visit Pakistan, and you will see the hearts of the people of Pakistan, pumping with the hearts of the people of Uzbekistan. It's like two hearts and one soul. Let us actually show the true manifestation of this very real feelings on both sides. And then we'll start a great journey of our long-term economic, political, and cultural partnership. Finally, I would like to mention that Pakistan stands by the people of Gaza. We believe in two-state concept, independent state of Palestine, and their rights enshrined in UN Security Council resolutions. Similarly, the people of Kashmir, who have really sacrificed in the last 7 decades for their freedom, Pakistan has always supported their cause, regardless of how the weather is, undaunted by the sultry weather. We have always supported them. We will keep supporting them till they have achieved their. Your Excellency, finally I'd like to thank you very much for your very warm and exceptional hospitality. And this warmth we will carry not only to the Tashkent airport while it is snowing, not only to Islamabad, but this warmth will keep warming our souls for all time to come. Pakistan, Uzbekistan, friendship, Zindabad.
Avvalambor yana bir marta mana shunday jo'shqin, samimiy niyatlaringiz, tilaklaringiz uchun o'zbek xalqiga, O'zbekiston
Brother, I'd like to thank you one more time. Many thanks. I can feel that all those words are coming from the deep roots of your heart, and the fact that we have those mutual roots, we have the shared vision for the future, and the fact that we are ready to rapidly fill those gaps that we had previously in the history, and the fact that we are ready to transfer those words and agreements into the practice and to achieve those results that you specified during your speech is really important, and both sides are showing the readiness for that. For all the directions, we came to the conclusions and we see the shared vision, and under this shared common vision, we see the interest of our nations, of our people, and we can achieve those results. Once more, the main directions of our cooperation that you've highlighted during your speech, the trade turnover, transport logistics, the implementation of the Trans-Afghan Railway, despite all those challenges and the problems that we may face during our way, we will find out the solutions. We talked a lot during the narrow speeches, narrow negotiations as well, and we see from your side and from our side a great input for them, and we need to increase the amount of the bilateral and trilateral meetings. We came to a conclusion on starting this project, and of course this will be difficult, this will be challenging, but we have the common vision, we have will on uniting the Central Asia with South Asia. We started the Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, China, railway project. And can you imagine if that will be prolonged to Afghanistan and Pakistan? Can you imagine the volume of the trade? Can you imagine the conditions that we will be able to create for the business communities, for the entrepreneurs? No one could imagine that Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, China will start this railway project. We started this project. It was also challenging. It was also difficult. We spent many years, but we had sincere goals, and that's why we were able to achieve that project. And that's why in this regard, in the transport issues as well, in the transport cooperation, we will have the shared approach. You talked about the culture as well, and today we also had detailed discussions and negotiations on the cultures with you. I'd like to highlight once more that we need to increase the cultural events, the meeting of our youth, to find out the solutions to the problems. Through this kind of meetings, we will find out the solutions because we have the will of our nations. You told that there is two hearts beating equally under one soul, the hearts of the two people, the people of two countries. We can feel that, and I can assure you that we also have that level of the heart. We have that will, we have that vision, we have that intention and commitment to unite our populations. And all those agreements that we achieved today, we will implement into the practice. We will do all the necessary steps that is required from our side. Of course, we will strengthen our cooperation within the international organizations like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Islamic Cooperation Organization, the United Nations. In the narrow negotiations, I also told you that in this complex world, we need to unite the Muslim world. And we talked about the Gaza as well during the negotiations. There should be a two-state concept, whether someone will like it or not. We have that strong vision. We have that shared position of both countries. And that's why on the implementation of this position, as we agreed, we will continue our discussions through the phones. And I'd like to thank you once more from a deep heart for the kind invitation to go to Pakistan, and we will accept that invitation because we see a need to go to Pakistan. And we have a saying in Uzbekistan that the wellness in the eyes of people. What I want to say that all those beautiful words are reflected in the wisdom and the words of our Pakistani brothers. And that's why, since we have the wellness in the eyes of each other, we see the sparkle in each other, will lead to the fact that during those kind of meetings we'll find out even more opportunities and the solutions. All those wishes, all those ideas are really warmly accepted from our side, and we support you. There shouldn't be any kind of barriers for our trade. There should be the trade in the culture, in the tourism industries, as you have mentioned. Lahore, Karachi, Punjab cities will be a great destination for our people. We need to develop the inter-regional cooperation for that because we see a great will, a great intention, a great purpose. We have political will from both sides that we need to show to each other. And we can mutually find out all the solutions to all possible challenges. Once more, welcome to Uzbekistan. And once more, I'd like to thank the honorable, distinguished, and hardly working team of yours, because your team also shows a great will and the intention to work. And my team also had the shared intention. You told one thing: they will be here staying, and if necessary, 3 or 4 additional government officials will visit Tashkent. That's the boundless respect that you are showing towards us, for which we would like to say many, many thanks. And in order to achieve our main ideas, we will continue this kind of cooperation. And once more, I'd like to congratulate all of you with the upcoming sacred month, Ramadan. You know, for a long period we had no snow, synoptists, they told that there will be rain today, not the snow. And your delegation, your aircraft landed, and after 3 hours, everywhere in Uzbekistan transferred to the white snow place, which means that we have this kind of white, clear intention, since we have those sincere, clear intentions in order to be united for the common future. We will continue our work as the brotherly nation, as the friendly nation of yours population. I understand clearly what is inflation, what is the interest rates of the banks. It's easy to say, but to achieve that is the thing which is really difficult, and that's the historical achievement of yours and the respect that you show to your population. And I'd like to thank you one more time. Please know that the population and the people of Uzbekistan will be always glad and will be always congratulating the achievements of Pakistani people. We will support you every time.